So this is it, guys. Arguably one of Malaysia's most popular car/MPV, the Toyota Alphard, as well as the Vellfire, the one that you're seeing behind me, is officially in Malaysia. Well, today is October the 11th, and you're probably not going to see this video until the 23rd, which means we can't talk to you about the prices yet, but we'll probably add the price somewhere at the screen over here. And depending on how it's priced, I do know the price, and I'm actually quite excited to tell you that it's much cheaper than what the Alphard was once before. This is the executive lounge, and back in 2018, 2019, the executive lounge was priced at the 700 over 1,000 region, which is ridiculous. It's still sold really well, but now it's actually cheaper and it's still very popular. Guess what? UMW Toyota has completely sold out its allocation. That's how popular the new Toyota Alphard and Vellfire is. In this video, I want to show you the key differences between the Alphard and the Vellfire. As I said, the Alphard is the executive lounge version, so it's totally luxurious, it's totally elegant, because that's what it's made to be. The Vellfire is there for a reason. It's the sportiest sibling. It's also about 100,000 ringgit cheaper. Well, so in that sense, I think the Vellfire still has a lot to offer. But hey, if you're going to be spending this much money, what's 100,000 ringgit? From the outside, you can already tell that the Alphard is the more luxury-oriented sibling of the two. In terms of design, it's amazing. It's one of those cars that you can look at and immediately know that it's expensive. That's the reputation that Toyota has built with the Alphard. Now from the side, it is basically the same as the Vellfire. You still get this double shoulder line over here. So you get this, well, smaller window over here for added privacy. And then besides that, it's still pretty much the same. And then at the back here, you get a very Lexus-like, almost 3D-like brake light. So it's one of those cars that, one of those MPVs that does not seem to have a bad angle to it. In between the Alphard and the Vellfire is supposed to be the more sportier, more aggressive one. And well, nowhere is there more obvious than the front. I do, however, think that as compared to the previous generation model, the latest model looks a little bit more subdued. And once you start knocking around, yeah, I'll let you decide what to make of that. And then from the side, one of the most prominent design elements for the new, whether you get it in the Alphard as well as the Vellfire, is this little kink over here. From here on, you'll notice that the shoulder line actually gets about a full 5 centimeters higher than where it begins from. So from the side, actually it somewhat looks the same. And then from the back here, well, this is actually where these two cars, the Alphard and the Vellfire, differ quite significantly. Powering the Alphard is a 2.4-litre turbocharged engine making 275 horsepower and 430 Newton meters of torque, and power is sent to the front wheels through an 8-speed gearbox. Now this is the same engine that is currently powering the latest generation Lexus NX. And of course, the Vellfire is powered by a 2.5-litre engine, naturally aspirated engine, making 179 horsepower and 235 Newton meters of torque. But not only that, it does not use an automatic gearbox. However, it uses a 7-speed CVT gearbox. Toyota calls it a Super CVT gearbox, but still a CVT gearbox. So you might be wondering, what the hell is a front performance brace? I was wondering as well. So I did my research, asked a couple of questions, asked my fellow journalists, and it means a front strut bar. So we know that as compared to the Alphard, the Vellfire is basically the sportier of the two, where the Alphard is focused on luxury. The Vellfire is supposed to be the sportier sibling, and as such should handle a little bit more nimbler than the Alphard. So how did Toyota want to achieve that? Is by incorporating a front performance brace, aka a strut bar. You might not be able to see it here, but it's somewhere in there, and Toyota says that it results in a more agile handling as compared to the Alphard. In the Vellfire, you get a conventional mechanical gear shifter. Looks old school, still works, just does not look as tidy as the one in the Alphard. Now, in the Alphard, which is of course the more luxury-oriented of the two, and hence why you get all these wood grain trimmings and such, and just smells better in here as well. You also get an electronic gear shifter. So look at it, it looks more elegant, better thought out, better designed. Let's just hide away this ugly looking thing. And to select the gear, you simply just have to push it, or reverse, upwards, drive, or downwards like this in manual, and in P, you just need to press it. So this is an electronic shifter, just makes it look so much more simple and hence more luxurious. Now in typical fashion, the Vellfire gets a powered sliding door. But in the Alphard, it's a quiet sliding door. Let's go check that out. Now, even the back doors are different between the Alphard and the Vellfire. The Alphard, because it's the more elegant sibling of the two, gets something called a quiet sliding door. Now check this out. You barely hear it. Of course, you get that beeping, but you barely hear it. Look at the seat. Looks good, doesn't it? Looks like it probably belongs in a Bentley. It's because it's wrapped in Napa leather. It's not just one of your run-of-the-mill synthetic leather. This is proper Napa leather. It's even soft to touch. I mean, look at this. It's so soft and supple. It's even perforated. If I'm not mistaken, it's ventilated as well as heated. It's just an amazing seat to be in. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why the Alphard is the more luxury-oriented as compared to the Vellfire, where you get synthetic leather. In here, it's nothing but proper Napa, flawless leather. Now, as compared to the Alphard, the Vellfire has to make do with synthetic leather. Now, maybe synthetic, but it looks really good. Still very comfortable as well. Unfortunately, this is what things have come down to ever since I decided to shave my head. But hey, if I still had hair, this vanity mirror would come in handy. Guys, I'm talking about the difference between the chairs in between the Alphard and the Vellfire. The Alphard gets a VIP lounge chair. I mean, look at this. It's beautiful. You even get this, as I said, vanity mirror. You can double this up as a tray, or if it's too annoying, you can just put it away. And then you also get this, your own access to, stuff like radio, your audio controls, your climate controls, your lights, which you get 64 different lights, by the way. It's your seat controls and such. It's not properly working right now, so there you go. So, and because the car is not turned on, so it's not connected to the system. Anyway, it's basically first class lah, right? Of course, there's going to be a huge price difference between the two cars. And one of the key things that you get when you choose for the more expensive Alphard is a 14-inch monitor at the back here. I'm guessing you can watch everything, Netflix and such. Not only looks good, but hey, it's actually a key distinguisher between the Alphard and the Vellfire. But the Vellfire Obviously, does not. Now, the one thing that both the cars share is a 15-speaker JBL sound system. If you can't already tell, if you've been following my videos, I love a good sound system. Who doesn't, right? I mean, I'm into music and such. The more speakers, the better. The better the sound, the supplier, JBL, Bang & Olufsen, and such, even better. JBL, we know how good they are. 15 speakers, even better. But another thing that both the Alphard and the Vellfire share is certain conveniences, such as this shades. If I press this shade comes down as well as the one at the back, so there's no need to tint the hell out of your windows. JPJ won't be too happy with that. But one thing is that I can just put the shade down on a single side, so the shade on the other side is still retracted, so it's not in place. So that's really cool. But not only that, but even the roof shade, because each passenger gets their own panoramic roof. So there's one glass panoramic roof here, and there's another glass panoramic roof here. So if I was in here with my wife and I didn't want the sun burning my bald head, but my wife enjoyed it, I can close one side, whilst my wife can bask in the sun. So I actually quite like that, and I don't recall any other car having that. I do also appreciate that both cars have 64 different color options for the interior. That's amazing. But all that luxury comes at a price. The Alphard is a full 130 kilograms heavier than the Vellfire. But because it's powered by a more powerful engine, the 2.4 litre turbocharged engine does produce more power as well as more torque. Well, fuel consumption may not be affected. Now, let me know what you think about the new Alphard as well as the Vellfire in the comment section. For me, I think I'll pick this over a Mercedes-Benz S-Class, in Malaysia at least.